There's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. And let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America can be purchased. We can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around.
For years, the rumors stayed buried beneath platinum records, billion-dollar deals, and perfectly staged red carpets. But now, some of the loudest voices in hip-hop are no longer whispering. They're pointing directly at Jay-Z. And according to critics online, this isn't just another rap feud anymore. It's becoming a full-scale war over power, control, and the hidden politics of the music industry. Because after the collapse surrounding Diddy, fans started revisiting old interviews, old lawsuits, old friendships, and one name kept appearing over and over again, Jay-Z. But the deeper people looked, the darker the story became.
I mean, the largest selling album he's had internationally sold 430,000 copies. I sold 5 million twice.
Now, what is y'all relationship, though? Because it seems like y'all take stabs every once in a while. But then I see y'all on stage, and then y'all perform, and then I see y'all take pictures with each other.
Because it's the competitive nature. He just does it so subliminal that people don't read it. And that's like, to me, it's a softer way to do it.
They say the best shots is taken by snipers.
Oh, yeah? Well, then I don't feel the bullets.
At first, most people dismissed it as internet drama. But then, former insiders started talking. And that changed everything. The tension between 50 Cent and Jay-Z has existed for decades. But according to fans, something shifted after the public unraveling surrounding Diddy. Suddenly, old rivalries didn't feel personal anymore. They felt connected.
Even though Jay's lawyer came out and said they're not.
Because Jay-Z and Puff was given an assignment. And that was to destroy East Coast rap. And what I mean by that, and I know people going like, yo, Gene is out of his mind and everything like that. Check this out, brother. Is that New York rappers was getting 800 to 1.2 million, or some larger than that, and to sign with labels back then. And they was getting a lot of money to make albums and records. When they had guys down south that these labels was paying $250,000, $300,000 on record deals, and these guys was bringing back platinum albums and everything like that. So what they had to do was they had to keep New York rappers down. That's one reason, other than the Irv Gotti that 50 was going through and the poison they was putting in about 50, he had to go elsewhere to California or with Jay and not with Dre and Eminem to get a deal. They did not want East Coast rappers to get big. They were suppressing all new artists that was coming out of New York. Jay and Diddy was doing that. That's why when I heard your story, because I knew this for a long time, but when I heard Dame Dash that Jay wouldn't sign off on nothing, Jay wouldn't do this and Jay would that, because he couldn't let a Cameron blow up. He couldn't let an East Coast rapper like Beanie Siegel blow up. Because him and Diddy was giving that deal, we got to keep these East Coast rappers down. Because down south rappers, Cash Money, No Limit, Ludacris and them, they was taking little money and bringing back more money and making more money for them. So the record labels, I wouldn't say they was going to.
Some online critics began comparing Jay-Z's influence to the same type of behind-the-scenes control people accused Diddy of having. Not because of one single event, but because of patterns. Patterns involving artists, business deals, career politics, and who allegedly gets pushed forward or quietly pushed aside. Then, another controversy exploded online, the Nicki Minaj situation. And according to some viewers, that wasn't just music industry drama. It was evidence of something bigger, a system. One of the strangest discussions surrounding Jay-Z had nothing to do with music. It had to do with perception. Why did so many people inside the industry describe him as safe?
With Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, those fucking trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
Wow. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
he had one.
Exactly.
He had
And
one.
he ain't show up.
He has like 20 now. He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. After that, he got them shits. He's like drinking. His pictures with him like fucking things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got it for the music. Jay got it for the music.
You didn't see.
He deserved those.
I'm sitting there, it was like this, like Black excellence. They're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch. You're like,
I hate you, man.
unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm gonna be with you niggas this year. Yeah. Come on, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He just looking at his watch during the whole Rock Nation break. Like, is it 3:30?
Yeah, it's almost time to get out.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, I feel like I'm normal again.
According to some commentators, Jay-Z mastered something more powerful than controversy: control. Not loud control, quiet control. The kind that makes people hesitate before criticizing you publicly. The kind that transforms a former street rapper into a corporate icon. And fans immediately noticed something unsettling. Whenever allegations surfaced around other celebrities, Jay-Z somehow remained untouched, untouchable, protected. But then the comparisons to Diddy started spreading online. And suddenly, people began re-examining everything. Because once audiences started connecting the dots, they didn't stop at Jay-Z. They started questioning the entire machine.
None of the people that have vocalized that another man, and to me, again, that whole conversation is a bit feminine. But if you're going to say some like that, you should have actually done something to help the problem. But I never got the call from Ray saying, do you need anything? And anyone else that I've ever given, paid a bill, paid their rent, paid their college, any dollar, not one person, and I don't want them to, because they know I'm all right. But not one person has called and said, yo, could I send you something to help? But I don't need the help. But if you're going to talk about it, be about it. But to me, that's just a jab when you tell and promote a false narrative and say that I'm in such a bad place that another dude should help me and that my tail's in between my legs to the extent because of a lawsuit that I would actually take that money. I'm a man. I don't want nobody to give me nothing but the opportunity to do what I got to do. And I don't see no opportunity. I don't want to perform for the Super Bowl. I'm not all right with the NFL. I'm still mad it ain't no black owners. We went from kneeling to being happy when we could perform for them. That wasn't what I was about. I was about ownership of our own league and taking pride in that. I'm not a court jester for everybody else to get good ratings. I know what we're being used for, and I'm not cool with that. So it's a big deal is to jump on a stage for a bunch of white owners? No, that's embarrassing to me. It's a spectacle. They're laughing at us. Like being patted on the back by another culture is not how I judge my success. Only person that has the audacity to pat me on my back is my family. And they better, I'd be like, you better chill out. I don't want no pats on the back. I don't play that. I'm not in the patty pat club. On no level.
I feel you. But speaking of the NFL, I know right now Nicki Minaj, she calling out Jay. And I know Colin Kaepernick's wife, she called out Jay saying that, Jay did her husband wrong. But I don't know. I don't know the backstory behind that, man. But I know it's going, viral right now on social media. But I do want to ask you, how do you feel about the NFL right now in general?
It's funny. She's cool. She's cool with my wife, Rocky.
According to several controversial interviews circulating online, some former industry figures believe hip-hop was never just about talent. It was about positioning, power, and who the labels decided to protect. Some insiders claimed certain New York artists were allegedly prevented from reaching their full potential because Southern acts generated bigger profits for labels at lower costs. And according to those theories, industry executives needed gatekeepers, people capable of influencing who rose and who disappeared. Critics online began naming both Jay-Z and Diddy in those conversations, not as proven facts, but as recurring figures inside larger industry narratives. Then came another disturbing question. If careers could be allegedly controlled behind closed doors, what else could be controlled too?
People that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues, and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right, and when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip-hop culture could think that everybody in hip-hop culture is with that shit.
So by you, you're good, bro.
That's great.
You're fucking good.
Yeah.
He's protecting hip-hop.
Yeah.
If you don't speak out and make them the weirdos, then they're going to think everybody's
Every
like
single
that.
person is like that involved in hip-hop culture.
Makes you think, did Jay do it?
Shut up. He's in trouble. We live in New York, bro.
No.
We live here.
No, free Jay-Z. I'm just saying.
Shout out Mufasa. We all gonna go and support. Yo, we can all see. You are crazy. That was the craziest thing. I literally.
What's
bro,
the lady at Rock Nation? I gotta send her that.
You don't feel like that happened the same day, bro. What's the day came out the day before, the next day
I was eating Raisin Bran. Okay, I'm eating Raisin Bran. I got my daughter in my arm. I'm scrolling, right? I see somebody screenshot your shit. Is Jay and the whole family at the Mufasa Fair, and then the comment is 50 said. Jay said they said I the 13-year-old. Let's go watch Mufasa.
Everybody get dressed. We're going to see Mufasa right now. I just think it was a good look, like angling yourself as
a family man.
Yes.
But they had to go to the premiere,
that
bro.
was planned already.
They had to go to the premiere.
And I realized that later, but I'm just saying to you, I haven't seen him in a long time. That's all I'm saying. When I hadn't seen him in a long time, and then I heard this shit, and then I looked and I saw Mufasa, I said, whoa. That's all that fucking happened, bro. You think this is on my phone? This is my phone. This is happening at real time. I'm going, yo. He said, yo.
You just gotta say everyone gets these jokes, bro. That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, no.
Rappers, listen, comedians are new rappers, bro. That's
why
the
do
thing.
people come to my page, bro?
That's true.
I know what I'm saying.
You know what they say?
That is true.
Well, you don't think you're gonna happen next? Yeah, that's what they say to me, buddy. Well, you're next, buddy. You're fucking, you why?
Because you don't got nothing.
I don't have it.
All right.
There's no girls gonna come out.
Why you sound skeptical?
Because I think there are some women that are like. No, I think there's some women that are like.
This guy's supposed to be from Queens, bro.
Let me come. Fucked up experience.
You kick him off the corner one time.
No. What I'm saying is I know a couple of exes that fucking throw me under the bus.
You should let him have the corner. None of this would have happened if you let him have the corner. Would have been fine.
You know there's some like opportunists. They'll just throw out the fucking.
But that's what I'm saying. So you had to have something. Look, if you already interacted with the person, right, and you hadn't had a bad experience, it would take more for them to say some of the shit that you see these people say. Right? Like, you go, what made you, even when we part ways, and because a lot of times when we interact with people, they're not just having fun for tonight. They think we're leading into this hardcore relationship that may not materialize. Right? So I see what you're saying, where they can look and go, well, look, you met the girl in 2003. You hung out with her. You had a good time after the show with 30 girls there. You just went and y'all hung out, right? And y'all just part ways. Right? So there's no negative things between it. But she can look up at the TV now, and you've been a success since then. Feel like that's my life. I was supposed to be there. And be upset with you and say something. But will it have any merit to it?
If I gotta keep
that
it real,
woman hasn't been
you ain't always have the most amicable breakups. Do you remember where, I think it's your baby moms, where it's like she was kind of speaking out, and then all of a sudden the house just got burnt down?
Yeah, but you know, it happens. Left eye. She burned the house down.
This nigga is crazy. That's what I'm saying.
No, my God, he goes, wow. So I know how you feel about me now. No. He's going. He's great. So
Who's the fan?
He liked the match.
I want my block back.
He go, look, I have faith in our just justice.
I'm a
I
civilian
believe
now.
there will be consequences connected to those behaviors and actions that this brother is talking about.
Oh my goodness, man.
Why is that a part of his thought process today while we're here having a good time?
That's a good point.
Look, you do have people that really, look, when you break up with them, they don't care about you anymore.
Yeah.
So they'll say things and you go, yeah, but it doesn't hold merit. It doesn't have any no real.
Yeah, of course. After all these years, and you don't see nothing. Yeah,
the girl that's just upset with you. She's just angry with you. She got.
Yeah.
And you go.
I thought the smartest thing Jay said in the statement was, if you really believe this happened, then press criminal charges. He said, pull up.
But I don't think that was.
Tell me.
Okay, look. Because of the statute of limitation, there is
there is no criminal. So it's
so making a statement is to make people feel like.
But apparently, if she's under 18, didn't you say it still could be criminal? Yeah. He knows he's fed.
He used to be a cop. So you turned him into a cop. He used to sell drugs and then he became a police officer. Did you know that?
How to rob.
Glorified security.
But you know what he would do? When they would arrest G-Unit guys, he would be like, yes. And he was in the court guilty.
Every time.
Nah. I was actually the cool one. I'll give you the extra fucking cheese sandwiches and shit like that. I'll be looking out.
Take care of the family.
Hey, you know, I don't know, man. I think, what's the name? I get confused too. When you look at this shit, it's a lot. It's a lot of confusing information, right? But I think when you do point out that, why didn't you file criminal cases? Because you can't. It's over 20 years old. This was 2000, bro.
No, but I think if it's a minor,
when they're saying this is happening, I'm not even 50 Cent yet.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this is that far back.
Yeah.
So it's like,
According to several controversial interviews circulating online, some former industry figures believe hip-hop was never just about talent. It was about positioning, power, and who the labels decided to protect. Some insiders claimed certain New York artists were allegedly prevented from reaching their full potential because Southern acts generated bigger profits for labels at lower costs. And according to those theories, industry executives needed gatekeepers, people capable of influencing who rose and who disappeared. Critics online began naming both Jay-Z and Diddy in those conversations, not as proven facts, but as recurring figures inside larger industry narratives. Then came another disturbing question. If careers could allegedly be controlled behind closed doors, what else could be controlled too?
Why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity, He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
We need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other.
As old controversies resurface alongside new leaks.
As Jay-Z's relationship with Beyoncé became public, his image transformed completely. The street rapper became a billionaire businessman, a family man, a cultural institution. And, according to critics, that shift changed how the world viewed him forever.
What did you feel about just that whole thing, man?
I haven't had issues with Puffy. I don't like him. But Jay definitely not that. That's definitely not. It's just being competitive. I look at it, I go, whoa. So I always go into what would I do in this situation? I don't know. I hope things are all right for him internally.
Some fans online argued the marriage elevated Jay-Z beyond music criticism because now criticizing him felt like criticizing an empire. Others strongly disagreed and viewed their success as natural evolution. But regardless of which side people believed, one thing became undeniable. Jay-Z and Beyoncé had become bigger than artists. They became branding itself. And, according to some viewers, that level of influence changes how scandals are perceived or ignored. But then, the internet dragged another name back into the conversation, Diddy. And this is where things get disturbing.
The Jay thing, you could tell the lawyer wrote that statement instead of the publicist because he was being a little combative.
Jay-Z released a statement, I would say almost like immediately once this happened.
The statement is something from, you can tell it was written by a lawyer. Because there's a point where it kind of gets aggressive. He says, you're going to find out, like how I'll handle this.
You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these types of games. We have very strict codes and honor.
That's an attorney want to be combative with another attorney. That's not like a publicist would say those things.
That was a bar you
don't
skipped,
play
though.
with me.
Yeah.
Which one? Go ahead.
My
Go back
heart
to
and
it.
support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit.
For years, Jay-Z and Diddy were seen together constantly. Award shows, private parties, industry celebrations, business events. At the time, nobody questioned it. But after the lawsuits and criminal allegations surrounding Diddy exploded into public view, social media began revisiting old footage with completely different eyes. Some online users began asking whether Hollywood's elite protected each other behind the scenes. Others warned people not to confuse friendship with criminal involvement. But once those conversations began, they spread fast, especially after allegations surfaced in lawsuits mentioning both names. Jay-Z denied wrongdoing, and no criminal court has convicted him of the accusations discussed online. But the internet had already entered investigation mode. And once the public starts digging, old stories tend to resurface. Then another explosive debate erupted: the NFL, the Super Bowl, and who really controls the culture.